Hello students, today I am going to talk about a very important topic, that is the forced migration. You have heard about the climate refugees, you have heard about the refugees, you have heard about the internally displaced person. But have you ever realized that what are the different categories in which we can divide the word migration? But before that, simply, what is the meaning of migration? Migration simply means that is the movement of the people, and this movement of the people can be within the region, that is can be within the country, or it can be across the boundaries of the country. And the migration happens because of the different social reasons. Maybe it is because of the political fragility in that particular state. It can be because of the cultural disintegration. It can be because of environmental degradation. And these are the different factors which results into a kind of push and the pull factor for the migration. But if you will go into the categorization of migrants, then it can be divided as managed migration, unmanaged migration, voluntary migration, and forced migration. So the very first thing, that is the managed migration. Managed migration means you are going to a particular country by having a legal document, that is visa. For example, if one is going on a travel visa or on a student visa, then he is also migrant, but it is a managed one. The second is unmanaged migration. So obviously you have understood the difference between the managed and unmanaged, that is people are entering into the international, crossing the international border without having a legal document. And the third is voluntary migration. You are migrating because of a better health, because of the better education, and it is a voluntary one. And it unmanaged, that you are being forced, basically that you are moving to the new country. And the forced displacement. Forced displacement can be because of the political fragility, can be because of the climatic change. And therefore, if you will see, then forced migration can be divided into refugees, internally displaced person, and climate refugees. Here, refugees means that one is crossing the international line or international border. For example, Rohingya. They are the refugees. Internally displaced person, that they are not crossing the boundary, but they are moving from one region of the country to the another region of the country. And the best example is cookies. Then climate refugees. Now if you will see climate refugees, that it is because of the sea level rise. It is because of the habitat destruction. It is because of the destruction of water bodies. The people are moving from one country to another country. And according to the ground well report of World Bank, about 216 million of the people is expected to migrate as a climate refugees by 2050. And I am just giving you another data, that is 83.4 million of the people comes under the meaning of forced displacement in 2021. So whatever this data is reflecting, it is about 2021, and whatever this data is reflecting, it is a futuristic projection by 2050. Now we will see that what is the impact of forced displacement. So whenever the question comes on the impact, what I have observed in the copies of the student, that they are not dividing it into impact on the host countries and along with this impact on the countries of origin. So what will be the impact on the countries of origin? The very first impact will be political fragility. For example, if you will see in Myanmar, what is happening between Buddhism or people believing on the Buddhist ideas and Rohingya? What is happening in Sri Lanka? This will come under the political fragility, because the people will turn violent, people will be indulged in conflict, and that is the impact on the country of origin. Then there will be a deficiency which you can see in the institutional framework, because the people who were working in that country have migrated because of any reasons, because of the religious persecution, because of the facility, because of the climate. There are n factors. So there you can see that the institutional framework is declining. Then you can also see that there is a regional imbalances. For example, if 100 people have migrated from one region to another region, then it will create a regional imbalances. And just you can understand the Bangladeshi influx into Assam, that has resulted into regional imbalances in the term of the resource distribution, in the terms of the political rights, in the terms of the social rights, in the terms of the cultural rights. Now, impact on the host countries. What will be the impact? The very first impact will be the, you can say, the demographic shock. Demographic shock will be the first impact. That is, the demography of that particular country where the people have migrated will change. Then there will be an pressure on infrastructure of the country. Then there can be a rise of social crimes also. If you will see in Germany, then you may understand that what is happening there, that there is a rise of social crimes because of the immigration. Then also you can look into that if the camp had been settled at the border of the country, where from, for example, this is the border, people have migrated from this area to this area, then this area becomes very vulnerable, because this area can be exploited by the political parties of this region or by any groups having the vested interest. So camps become a kind of, you can say, vulnerable area there from where the people can be hired for terrorist activity, for organized crime. Now we will see what is the framework at the global level. The very first framework is 1951 Refugee Convention, and this Refugee Convention is working on the principle of non-refoulement. It means that the people will not be sent back to the area where their life and freedom is threatened. Now, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, it works on the principle of integration, resettlement and repatriation. देखो एग्जाम में ना इतना ही तुम्हें याद अगर रह गया तो it is more than enough and you are going to get a very good mark, because these are the keywords. In YouTube video, what happens that I cannot teach you about each and everything, but yes, I can give you some of the keywords which will be directly used in your answer. And the last one is Global Refugee Forum. It was organized in 2019 and it was organized for the implementation of Global Compact on Refugees. Global Compact on Refugees. And this Global Compact on Refugees focuses on making the migrants self-reliant. Now, lastly, we will see that how we can handle this problem. The very first thing, preventing displacement. And therefore, people should have right. People should have right not to be displaced. Right not to be displaced. And this should be firmly recognized under 1951 Refugee Convention. Now the second one is we should involve NGO, we should involve the civil society groups, we should involve the private party, so that at the countries of the origin, they can make the environment conducive so that the people need not to be forced to be migrated. Now, managing displacement, how you can manage? At host country, you will have to manage in the terms that how you can integrate them in the economy, and whatever camps have been designed there, it should be turned into settlement so that the vulnerability can be checked. And at the country of origin, what we can do, that we can provide them all the facilities or the basic amenities so that they should not be forced to migrate. Along with this, we should focus upon the implementation of Conference of Parties and its outcomes so that the climate refugees can be checked. And the last one is leveraging technology and innovation. So that if the people is migrating, then there should be a database management. And if you have a better database management, you can provide them housing, you can provide them better job, and that will result into security, and that will again check their vulnerability. So this is all about the forced displacement. And the next topic I will discuss about the civil society groups in India, about their evolution, about their use, about their challenges, and whether they have contributed in the deepening of democracy or not. So that will be the next video. I hope you are enjoying this, and this will help you in writing a very good answer. Thanks to all of you.